great road trip for you guys, getting back-to-back wins. You have to like just the way you guys have played the second half of the season, leading up, to the end of the conference tournament. But if you could talk about just about the road and more wins for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely pleased with. I just thought the team was focused the entire last weekend for both games. We had talked a great deal about getting off to better starts, as we weren't happy with our 2 starts the week prior to that. And most importantly, I thought we just came out with great intensity. We executed the scout fairly well, and just got control of both games fairly early, and were able to finish off both wins, which obviously we were happy about.
Key thing for you guys to do is keep on winning, secure, at least the first playoff game of the conference tournament, and you guys have done just that.
Yeah, obviously we have ourselves in a position now where, as you mentioned, we will be able to host the first round of playoffs on Tuesday night, which, obviously you work hard to put yourself in this position, and we're just very excited to be playing in front of our home crowd in Lumberjack Arena. That's got to be comforting, and we certainly got to take care of business once we get there. But of course, right now our focus is on Sonoma State.
Have the West Region rankings come out this week yet?
They come out every Wednesday.
Okay, so every Wednesday. I know you don't have a crystal ball in front of you, but is there like an area you feel like where you guys expect to be when they come out tomorrow?
We were 7th last week in the regional rankings. I really don't anticipate much change going into this week. And again, we're just, obviously, ideally, we'd like to put ourselves in a position to reach postseason in 2 different ways, whether you win the conference tournament or if you're in the top 8. But so much can still happen. There can be upsets. There's a lot of things that can happen. And I really just want our girls to focus on one game at a time. And we got to take care of business this week with 2 tough opponents.
Yeah, you guys have done a great job of keeping that focus at one game at a time, especially the final week of the regular season. You're back home. You guys know that you're going to be hosting. But again, how do you keep that focus on your team this week for each game?
Well, I talked to the team about this yesterday before practice, and yes, we're hosting, and that's great next week. But I'm trying to get the team to really understand bigger picture, what we're trying to do, what we want. Again, the position that we want to put ourselves in to hopefully participate in the NC2A tournament, and just keeping them focused on one game at a time, and not trying to get wrapped up in all the what ifs and could we do this and could we do that. Our goal and our objective is to be in a better version this week than we were last week, and we still have yet to put a 40-minute game together, and we're still just trying to be our best.
Are you guys Thursday, Saturday still this week?
Yes, Thursday is Sonoma State, Saturday San Francisco State. Saturday obviously is our last regular season game, which will also be senior day for both Issa Marcondi and Giovanna Arrington.
We're talking the seniors for Thursday, and Sonoma facing them again for the second time. First time a long time ago, it seems like.
Yeah, it was quite some time ago, and both teams, I'm sure, are playing better basketball right now than the first time we played them. There's everyone's situations are different. In other words, our situation may be, putting ourselves in the best position for NC2A tournament. Both our opponents this week, Sonoma State and San Francisco State, are both fighting to get into the conference tournament. And they have a lot of motivational factors on their end as well, let alone maybe a revenge from Sonoma State. We got them at their place, trying to get into the conference tournament. Everyone's going to be giving each other their best punch, and you just can't afford this time of year to take a night off, or for that matter, I talk about taking possessions off and really just putting 40 minutes together.
It won't be the last year seniors that we see, but senior night on Saturday, and kind of talk about for the 2 seniors.
Obviously, Giovanna Arrington and both Issa Marcondi both have been just such huge parts of our program. Just the success that we've had. Giovanna's a 3rd year in our program, as she was a redshirt her first year. But they both played the last 2 seasons and really been a huge part of since my time here at Humboldt State, as far as getting the culture set and really doing what we need to do as far as how we want to be branded in the type of basketball that we want to play. They've both been huge contributors in the success that we've had, and just really meant a lot to our program. I think they've both been tremendous examples, not only on the court, but off the court. And, it's always a pleasure for me to sit back and just see the growth in both of them, both as young women, basketball players, students, all the above. And I think they've been a great representative of both Humboldt State women's basketball and ultimately our university.
You said you're still looking for that 40 minutes of play, but for the opponents, what do you think makes you guys such a great team or a difficult team when facing the Jacks?
Well, we play a little bit different style than I would say the majority of teams in our conference. Both offensively and defensively. And in saying that, this is the second time, obviously we're playing all of our opponents with the exception of San Francisco State. And so everyone's more familiar with each other. It's always tougher going around the second time. But we're not the biggest team. We're not the deepest team. We don't really have true two post players that play, bulk of minutes. And so we present a different style and we stretch out the floor with our shooting. And defensively, we also do many different things. So I think our style of play and things that we do on the defensive end, we put great emphasis on taking opponents out of what they want to do, both individually and collectively. And I think our team has really grasped that concept very, very well, even more so later in the season, and we're executing it much better.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.